Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, always nice to see new faces. Welcome to another video. So I have set myself a kind of like personal YouTube challenge, so 4 times during the year, so every like quarter, so every 3 months, to do a little like bookish reset. Not just bookish, although to be fair this one is going to be bookish, but as a general kind of reset. That way they're kind of spaced out evenly throughout the year. It gives me a little video idea because sometimes I struggle to come up with video ideas, but also that way I never go more than 3 months without my like bookshelves getting chaotic, or my TBR shelf, or my book journal as well. I need to update that kind of thing. And yeah, doing every month just isn't possible because I'm just not that organized, and I don't have like every month time when I can just like take a whole day just to organize my bookish things. So I figured once every 3 months is a pretty good middle ground because it's regular enough. It's 4 times over the year, every quarter if you will. So today that is what we're going to be doing. We are going to be organizing a bunch of book themed things. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do yet. It depends what I get around to. I know I want to redo my bookshelves because they're a bit of a mess. I've read a lot of books and I've added a lot of books to my bookshelves. I have a couple of books I want to put on Vinted, although that's not really interesting, so I might just do that and tell you guys about it. You don't need to take you along with me. I'm gonna check that my TBR's up to date, although can we talk for a second? Look at this. You can't see it, but this bottom shelf is empty. This is all the books on my TBR. This is crazy. It's making me want to go out and buy new books, but I don't have any money. So no buying new books for me. Can we talk about this? This is insane. And hopefully by the end of the month, 3 of these books will be gone by the end of the month. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anywho, so I'm gonna make sure that this like on Fable is up to date, and in my reading journal, probably update my reading journal. It's most up to date actually. I've been pretty good with that. I think I just need to finish February. I don't think I finished that. We'll see. We'll get around to it. And then just, yeah, because this is a reading channel, I'll probably just read my book, Yap Shoes, about my latest read. Fairly chill video, fairly laid back, not really like structured or planned or anything. Basically just gonna spend today and tomorrow organizing things, cleaning things, getting things in order, mostly bookish related, and I'm gonna take you guys with me because that way it will also motivate me to get it done, because like I'm forcing myself to do it because I'm doing it on camera. So I have no choice. I can't like cop out and be like, no, I can't be bothered because I'm filming it and I have to get out with this video. So it's like double motivation. It works. I think first, I think I'm gonna do my bookshelves tomorrow because I just don't think today, I just not gonna do that today. My brain is not in a place where I can organize my bookshelves. But today I might do a bit of reading, do a bit of reading journaling, reading journal. I don't know how you'd say that, and make sure my TBR is up to date. Easier stuff today, and then tomorrow we'll tackle the bookshelf. That'll probably be what we'll do tomorrow. But yeah, so without further ado, grab yourself a nice warm drink or a nice cold drink. It's actually really sunny at the moment, so I think cold drink is more appropriate. And let's get right on into the video. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, just dropped my phone, lovely. I'm pretty sure my TBR is up to date because I don't think I've bought a book all month. No, I haven't bought a book all month. Wow, that's crazy. This is, well, first month of the year that's not that hard, but first month in a while that I haven't bought a single book. Well, I got gifted books in February. I didn't buy any myself. If only I had money, guys, I would be at the bookstore right now. But unfortunately I don't. So no books for me. Look at the self-restraint that I'm displaying. Look at this self-restraint, this is crazy. Anywho, let me just have a look, make sure that all these books on my physical TBR, that my physical TBR doesn't have books that I don't have. Can you see that? There we go. Physical. Oh, yeah, that did work. Okay. Okay, so that was pretty quick. Literally didn't even take me 5 minutes. But yeah, so I had a couple books, mainly the ones I bought in January in my Dublin reading vlog. Go check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, most of them were there, so that was nice and quick. That's always good when you have a task to do and it goes by a lot quicker than you thought. Next, I'm probably gonna have to whip out the good old reading journal. Or maybe I'll do some reading. I might save reading journal for later tonight. It's such a nice day. I kind of just want to sit against my window in the sun and read. I feel like that's a good plan. I feel like that's a really good plan even. You know what? I validate my own plan. lowest possible lighting. So I'm gonna switch camera because I want to talk. Hi, I'm over here. I'm reading Project Hail Mary by Andy Ware. It's literally written Ware, I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm reading this because I want to watch the movie because I love Ryan Gosling. I'm seeing it the day after tomorrow. Wait, when I'm filming this, it comes out tomorrow. When this comes out, I would normally have seen it yesterday. This is coming out on Friday. I would have seen it Thursday evening. But I'm filming this on Wednesday, so I'm seeing it tomorrow. You understand me. So this is science fiction, and it is also heavy on the science. I'm gonna move this because I know I'm gonna hit my head open. It is heavy on the science. There are some things he says. It's like when I'm reading out of crime books. I'm just like sat there reading a paragraph, like use 3 words in this paragraph I don't understand, used whole explanations I don't understand, but I trust that you're the expert on this, so I'm just gonna believe it. And that's kind of how I read these science fiction books. I really like it. I think it's really funny. I knew that he was the same writer who did The Martian, which I haven't read. I also haven't seen the movie. But in my mind, it's a serious movie, but this book's kind of goofy. So I don't know if The Martian's the same. Like I said, haven't read it, haven't seen the movie, but I'm really enjoying this. I don't read a lot of science fiction, and even less science fiction set in space. So this is something really different. And honestly, basically, so in this, you have Ryland Grace, who is our main character. And also the best thing about it, knowing that Ryan Gosling is the main guy when reading this, is I'm like reading it and I'm picturing him as Ryan Gosling and he's saying things like Ryan Gosling would say. It's so funny to me because I know it just adds like an extra layer of fun to the whole thing. But basically, yeah, so he wakes up on a spaceship at the beginning, and this spaceship is light years away from Earth, like 13 light years or something. And he wakes up and he doesn't actually at first remember what he's doing there. He doesn't even realize at first he's on a spaceship. He's just really smart, so he figures it out, and like we learn things as he learns them, obviously. And so that's really interesting concept for a book, because it also means that the explaining is done like really naturally, because you know, like sometimes in books when they have to like history dump or lore dump, the characters kind of sometimes do it in a really goofy way. So in this one, it makes more sense because he like has amnesia, so he can't remember things. So as his memories come back, it's also giving us the lore that we need to like understand the plot. And basically, he was in a coma for 3 years, and he was in a coma with 2 other people, and they died. They didn't survive the coma because being in a coma for so long is like really bad for your body, and he was just lucky enough to not die. So he's the only survivor, but it did like fuck with his brain. Like I said, he had amnesia. And so he wakes up on the spaceship, doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know why he's on the spaceship, doesn't know where the spaceship is. And over the course of the book, we like figure out where he is, what he's doing, what he's on the spaceship for, how we got to be on the spaceship, and it's really, really fascinating. Basically, there's this alien race who's sucking energy from the sun, and so it's like killing humans because we need the sun's energy to like be warm enough, otherwise it would throw us into another ice age and we'd all die, because like our food wouldn't survive it, we wouldn't survive it, the whole ecosystem would go down. It'd be a big problem. They have like really speedily, in like 2 years, not even, I don't actually know how long it took them to get the Project Hail Mary, which is a spaceship, working, but they've managed to create the spaceship, and they're sending it off to a planet that they've seen is not affected by this alien. It's not like an alien like you'd picture. It's not a little green man. It's like this tiny black blob, but it's taking energy from the sun. And so they've done like tests, and they've seen that there is this one solar system, there we go, one solar system light years and light years away that isn't affected. And so they've sent Project Hail Mary, the spaceship, to figure out why and see if they can then send information back to Earth to fix it. You guys with me so far? Because it's a complicated read, but oh my god, I'm loving it. So yeah, so he is the only survivor, so he has got to figure out, he's got to first remember what he's got to figure out, and then he's got to figure out why this other solar system isn't getting affected, how that can be like applied to Earth, and then how to get the information back to Earth. Slight spoilers, I'm not gonna lie, so if you don't want to get spoiled for the movie or for the book, skip ahead to this time here. Basically, yeah, so it's a one-way trip. They don't have enough fuel to send him 13 light years away and then bring him back, so he also thinks he's going to die, and that's really interesting. Like, it's just, the whole book is such a fascinating concept. Like, when I read like your typical fantasy books, it kind of makes sense how people come with that, because it's kind of like typical political, like war, oppression, authoritarian regimes, all that like happens in real life, and then they just add magic or dragons into it, and that makes sense. But science fiction is actually crazy to me, because what do you mean this guy was like, we're gonna have aliens, but they're not gonna be humanoid, they're gonna be tiny molecular sized black blobs, and they're sucking energy from the sun. Like, that's insane. And the science in it, I don't know if like a real scientist would read this and be like, oh yeah, that tracks, but me reading it, I'm like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. This whole science thing, it's crazy. I'm really into this. This could be a 5-star read. I'm scared of the end. I'm not far from the end. And basically something happened, and he found out that he might be able to make it home and he might not die. So that was fun. However, I honestly I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I feel like because they set us up at the beginning to think he was gonna die, and him maybe being able to go home, maybe, and everything's kind of going to shit at the moment. You know, it's at that point in the book when you're close enough to the end, they've got to make things go badly, so you're like, oh, how are they going to figure out what's going to happen? I don't know if he's going to go home, and I know that if he doesn't get to go home, the ending of this book will destroy me. The movie tomorrow will destroy me. But yeah, so this book is really, really good. It's also doing a really good job because we've only really got like one main character, Ryland, because he's in space on his own, and obviously you have flashbacks to how they got to be here where you have other people in it, but it's mostly just him on his own, and so that's also really interesting. Well, it's going to be really fun to see in the movie because movies work a lot because of multiple people interaction, so a movie with just one person, I don't know how it would work. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the movie. But I'm actually scared to get to the end. I've got 100 pages left. These 100 pages, I low-key want them to destroy me. I haven't read a book that made me cry. Jesus, when was the last book I read that made me cry? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't read a book that made me cry all year. And I missed that. I love me a book that makes me sob. I like feeling emotions because of books. I really like that. It makes them almost immediate 5-star reads. If a book makes me cry, there is no reason it shouldn't be a 5-star read. So I'm gonna finish this. I don't think I'm gonna get anything done before I finish it because I really want to finish it. I cannot wait to see how it ends. Ugh. But I'm also like, don't end, because this is fun and I don't want things to go wrong. But yeah, so I think I'm probably just gonna sit here and finish this. 100 pages, that should take me, it's just a little over an hour. I've got time. I'm just gonna sit in front of my window, take in, well, the sun's not moving like it would, but the fresh air, as fresh as you can get it in Paris, and I'm gonna finish this. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and yap a bit about this book. No one I know reads. You guys are literally the only like reading connection I have, so when I want to talk about books, you unfortunately are the only ones I can talk to. Slide doesn't work at all, but it also does, and it's the only choice we have. So we're in the I've lost all my words. So we're in the bookshelf section of this video where I'm going to be organising these. You can't see very much because my bookshelf's in a really awkward space where they're literally like in the hallway, so there's enough room in my room, except the problem is like the hallway, obviously it's a hallway, so it's not very wide, so I can't get the camera much further back than this. Like I could put it on the stairs because you have like stairs behind you, but I don't have a stand, so at the moment, if you could see, the camera is literally on like 10 books to keep it at the right height, so we do what we can. Anywho, I'm going to be reorganizing my bookshelves for, well, not quite for the new year, but like for the new trimester. Wait, no, what's like a year split into 4? I don't know. So as you can kind of see, my books don't really have any organization to them. They're literally just rows and rows and rows, because since putting up these bookshelves and like decorating them all nicely, I have not necessarily accumulated a lot of books, although I have accumulated some books, but I've also just read a lot of my TBR, so all the books that are on my TBR shelf have been put here, and there is no longer space for it. So I brought up this trusty bad boy, which was a little extra shelf that we weren't using, but I figured this can be a way for me to keep all my books displayed instead of having them. Sorry, camera died. What was I saying? Yes, so this can be, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to use it yet, but I'm hoping to figure out a way where I can have like the books I want to display on display. So I have 4 boxes here that I can fill in, and hopefully that is enough for the books that I've read that I can have someone display. So I'm thinking we might have a more display situation going on here, and then in these bookshelves it'll be more just laid out, but we'll see how that works. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't really have a plan. I don't even have a plot.
I don't even have a plan.
So we're gonna figure it out as we go along, and you guys are gonna watch me try and figure it out. But first step is to clear off the shelves and like organize books into sections. Probably the way I like to do it is by genre. I like to have all my fantasy books in one place, all my romance books, all my general fiction books, also like my series to be together, my authors to be together. We'll figure it out. First off, I'm just gonna take them off the bookshelf. Can't believe they're making a series out of these. That's actually crazy. I've got to navigate through puzzle books. This is actually like dangerous. Okay, your mobile. So here on the floor we have the obstacle course in question. I left Harry Potter all the way up there, for one because I can't reach it, For 2 also because I just know I'm not going to move that. I like how it's set up and I don't want to change it. So now we just need to decide what we're going to do with all these books. Why can't I just let things how they were? So I'm thinking already just something that I want to display and that I have all of front glass. And so obviously I want to see that fit on the shelf. I don't know what we think about that. I don't hate it. We are getting places, guys. Okay, so I think we've somehow managed to come across an order that I like. Don't know how that happened, but I'll show you guys. So let's get down. So the bottom shelf is like the least complete, but it's the bottom shelf, so I don't care. We need space for the new books. But anywho, so this shelf is the amalgamation shelf, which was my top shelf before. And it's basically all the genres where I don't have enough of that genre to make like an actual thing for it. So we have biography, science fiction, classics, contemporary literature, murder mystery, and then Arf Kwang, who's kind of like a genre into herself. Then we have, this is my completed fantasy series section. So tell you this isn't a completed, this is a standalone, and I also haven't technically read this, but that's fine. That is Pride of the Orange Tree. Then we have Song of the Lioness, which is 4 books in 1. Then we have all my Shadowhunter books, which again, this is kind of completed, but I make my own rules and sometimes you have to bend the rules. Then here we have School for Good and Evil again. Oh wait, no, I got confused. This is not my completed series shelf. So the ones where I have like most books, but not all of them. There we go, that makes much more sense because none of these series are actually completed. So again, most of these, yeah, it's just 2 books per series. That's just what I have. Then this is my completed series 1. So we have David Bad trilogy, The Mirror Visitor, which I just read. We have The House in the Cerulean Sea duology, Carry On trilogy, and then Fourth Wing. And so I had these 2 books on display because they're really good and I love them. Then up here we have my romance. So first off we have my Alice Oseman, then we have my LGBTQ books. I'm a very author focused person when it comes to romance. I've realised I can fancy I will read literally anyone, but in romance I realised that almost all of my books are like, if I have a book by one author, I probably have another book by that author. What can I say? I'm consistent. Here we have Emily Henry, then we have Lauren Asher, then we have Jessa Hastings, and then of course The Boy at the Top End. All the way at the top there, how am I going to show that to you? We're just gonna go like this. Okay, so all the way at the top we have my very incomplete series. So this is basically series 1. I literally just have 1 book. Most of it's first book, but it is what it is. So we have, yeah, too many for me to name, can't be bothered. And then here, yeah, we have my Alex E. Harrow books, and then on display we have Night of the Moth and The Everlasting, which were 2 5-star reads that I read this month. I had 2 5-star reads this month. It was crazy, but yeah, I love them both, so I wanted to put them on display. And there you go. This one is very clearly fancy. Like, it's dark, there's some silver, some gold, very typical fancy. Right, onto my cubes. So cube 1, this is my Casey McQuiston cube. Casey McQuiston is probably my favourite romance author. She does LGBTQ romance, and then on display I have Red, White and Royal Blue, which is my absolute favourite book of all time, and then I Kiss Sharon Wheeler, which is my second favourite book of hers. Then here we have Sarah J Maas. So really just throwing a glass because I haven't read like ACTA or Crescent City. I will one day, but that day has not yet come. So yes, we just have them here with the book here. All my elephants, because last time my elephants were on here, so all my elephants are here, and then we've got a little star, because why not? This one is incomplete. As you can see, it kind of looks a bit naked, but it is my Hunger Games, so basically my Suzanne Collins section. So like we have the first 3, then we have Songbirds and Snakes, and then under here, lying down this way, we're gonna have Sun is the Reaping, but I don't have it right now, so it's not there. But there you go, we have finished the bookshelf section of this. It took me like an hour, maybe 40 minutes. Either way, it took me a long time. It took me too long a time for what it was. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I really like it. It looks good. It's organised. There is space for new books. But I think these 2 shelves are going to get nice together. I really like it. So I just had a quick little shower after the bookshelves. Got ready because I'm going to see how to tell Maria tonight. But I've got a couple hours ahead of me, so I figured I'd take this opportunity to book journal. I'm going to be updating the book journal. It's still basic. I still need to put something on the front. That is not in the plans today. It will happen. But yeah, so I shouldn't have too much to do. I think I just have some books to add onto here. Need to maybe update my physical TBR. Just like get up to date on stuff really. So yeah, so I figured I'm just gonna sit here and do this and you guys can watch me. quickly show you guys what I've done. So I just added a few books here. I added just the last books I read in February, and it looks so good. Like already I'm like a quarter of the way through. That's crazy, but it looks really pretty. I really like how it looks, all nice and colourful. I'm loving seeing it get filled out. Then I just crossed a few books off the TBR, fairly basic. I haven't stuck them down, but I've done out the little stars to then put under the my 2026. I've actually already read 5, 6, 7, 8 books out of the 26 in like 3 months. And this month on my TBR, I've got 2 other books from here that I might read. So we might get to 10 by the end of the month. That's almost halfway. That's crazy. But yeah, and they've all been really good. Literally the lowest rated was a 4-star. I made good decisions when putting this list together. Crossed off classic in my book bingo. Because there are 12 of them, instead of crossing off every time I like read a book that fits into the category, at the end of the month I see if I've read a book that fits into a category, and most of the time, well at least for now because I've had all of them available, I have. So this month it was a classic because we read Wuthering Heights at the beginning of this month. I have to fill this out, the A to Z. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Then we added the 2 more 5-star books that I've read so far this month. Then we added I need to stick this down, but I don't have any glue. But I added I'm doing a book of the year like bracket thing, and so I added the 2 books, my favorite of January and February, and then as soon as this month is over I'll be able to do my favorite book of this quarter. So that's really fun. I haven't completed my February books because I don't have like the pens that I used to do this. I don't know where they are, so I need to find them before I continue. So this is my February spread. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was Valentine's Day themed. It's all hearts and it's pink and everything. So then here I'm writing down books I read but I haven't finished. And then this is my March spread. I am actually so insanely proud of my March spread. It is gorgeous. Like look at that. But I'm so happy. And then I just did the TBR list. Yeah, we just did the TBR list, put the 7 books that are on the TBR on here. So there you go. That is the reading journal updated. Okay, so we have reached the end of the video. I've done pretty much all the bookish things that are on my list, which is great. It's always fun to actually complete things. Check my TBR, did my bookshelves, finished my book, and updated my reading journal. So honestly, I'm very happy about that. This was a productive video. It was a productive couple of days. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had fun watching it. It was a bit more laid back, a bit more chill than like my other videos. It was really me just taking you guys along with me while I got through what I needed to get through. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. As always at the end of a video, I must bid you adieu, and so have an absolutely wonderful week. I will see you next Friday, but until then, bye.